appreciate, Mr. Speaker. I want to quite appreciate the efforts of
Honorable Francis, I thought you were raising your hand to speak.
the Senate
Okay, it's
and
okay.
my leaders as they have so spoken. Mr. Speaker, I have notes of cautions here about this very bill. Though I'm very reluctant at this stage to oppose it. But the cautions I have, Mr. Speaker, is that offshore deep water production started specifically in 2001. And the revenue to Accra from that PSC, the contract, as at 2018, was about $110 billion US, with average investment of $80 billion US, Mr. Speaker, for these foreign investors when they came to invest offshore here. My note of warning and caution here is that due to our boys, the attitude of our boys in the creek chased most of these companies to go offshore 50 nautical miles away from shoreline to drill at about 1,000 depth for them to get crude oil, which is far expensive for them to do. It's less expensive to drill onshore or in the creek or in the swamp to get crude oil. And I don't want us to forget, too, that these days, unlike before, when Nigeria in West Africa alone used to be the only country that was having crude oil in abundance, Angola and other countries around us, they are competing with us. Why I'm saying this, Mr. Speaker, I'm surprised that despite the fact that we have the petroleum industry bill in place, which had been on for a very long time and not passed as at date, we are taking in isolation the production sharing contract and rushing to pass it. That is why I said I'm constrained to be against it. But I thought this would have been part of the PIB, which is the physical bill that is still on ground, which we have not passed, and it will have accommodated the content and intent of the production sharing contracts. Mr. Speaker, I have with me here the graph to buttress my point, that aside other taxes, we have education levy, we have NDDC levy, we have NCDF levy, we have Nigerian Export Supervision Scheme, we have weights and measures monitoring fee, we have marine logistics, cabotage, coastal, inland shipping vessels and personnel. We have NPA, we have cargo, we have offshore safety permits, that's OSP, and you have the use of various radioactive substances or equipment, the permits therefrom. All these are charges to the federal government already from the same IOCs we're talking about. And my fear is, I don't know if we have taken into consideration, Mr. Speaker, the import, the consequences of whatever we are going to, the levy we are going to impose on them for the deep water operation, so that they don't run away from Nigeria. They are using what we call FPSO, which is floating production, storage, and offloading vessels. All they need to do is pick their anchors, because these are DP vessels. They pick their anchors and then they move to another country and go and start production there. So I want us to put a check valve on this. I know that in another 1 year or two, if we are able to measure the revenue we are going to get, and it is going to be properly utilized, we have to measure it. If it's not going to work, after 2-3 years, which is the short-term benefit, the long term we are going to lose, I want us to reconsider this bill so that it will not affect Nigeria. That's my submission, Mr. Speaker.